Welcome back, guys. So for the first part, we are going to define a parabola. So what is a parabola? Some observations first. So first, let's try to look at the word parabola. So in the word parabola, we can actually divide the word into two parts. We have the word para and bola. And para is actually an a Latin word which means side by side. And bola, so side by side, and bola, so in our own understanding, when we talk about bola, it's like related to the ball. And in fact, it's called bola because the term bola refers to the term to throw or to throw away. Okay, so it's actually related to the concept of throwing and bouncing. So that's why when we say bola, the bola bounces. Okay, so uh, combining these two words, parabola, hence we can deduce that this is a geometric figure. Okay, the parabola is a geometric figure, which means uh, related or something relating to throwing or bouncing, just like in this picture. See, so as you can see, the man here is throwing the ball, and it's actually creating this kind of figure here. Okay, this figure here, and this is actually a parabola. Another observation is that uh, parabolas are all curves. So talking about curves, okay, so either it is a U-shaped curve or a C-shaped curve. So try to observe the images here at the side. So as you can see, it's either a U or an inverted U, or here we have the uh, C shape here, or the reverse C shape here. Okay, so and observing these four pictures, it's either opening upward like this here, or downward like here, or to the where's to the left? Sorry, this is to the left. This is to the left, opening to the left and opening to the right. Okay, and since it's a curve, so mathematically we can describe this in equations. So describe in equations. So when we deal with curves, we can actually give equations, describe these figures in equations. And for our topic, for the sake of our topic, we are going to deal with these so-called standard forms. Okay, so generally we have four standard forms, but we will reduce it to two because it is actually understandable that they are all it is reducible to two standard forms. Okay, so let's go to the next slide. Okay, so another observation. So parabolas are everywhere. Okay, so when we talk about everywhere, it is actually not obvious because remember, we're not that kind of observant. So, however, just try to look around and you will see this geometric figure. Okay, so for example, in our satellite dish, okay, we use this one in our antennas, in our communication devices, and even if you try to look at the symbol in your cell phone, okay, what they call this, the Wi-Fi symbol, it is actually some resemblance of a parabola. Light and optics. So light and optics, we have flashlight. So in your flashlight, the bulb there is located at the focus of the parabola. Okay, so later on you will understand what is the focus, what I'm talking about. Then buildings and bridges. So look at here. You see there. Okay, I'll try to shrink. I'll shrink. Yeah. See. So here, this is a bridge, and observe that the blue dotted line here is a parabola. So in fact, buildings and bridges uses the concept of parabolas to uh, optimize the strength of its materials. So here, because of this cable here, so by the way, this is a suspension bridge. So even the other form of bridges like the arch bridge, yeah, I think that's how it read. Okay, but regardless, it's the arch or the suspension bridge, they still uses the same concept. It's the parabola. Okay, in arts, so arts we have symmetries, so there are many forms of arts that uses this curve. Okay, so sports and ballistics, so it's very obvious, especially in this basketball. So it's like here, so it's a parabola. Okay, so in ballistics, so if you're fond of uh, guns, or although I don't support violence, but if you're fond of those kind of rockets, for example, like rocket science, parabolas are found in its very fundamental concepts. Okay, then computer science. So one thing in computer science that uh, we can actually observe. So in computer science, so for example, in graphics design or in animation. So I hope this is familiar to you. This is Minecraft. Okay. So the physics engine, so the engine that is used to run this game, makes use of the concept of parabolas in its uh, in its physics, in its how does the world work. So for example, here you have an arrow and you're trying to shoot that I think it's I forgot the name of that creature, the thing that always appear at night. Okay, so it kills you directly if you don't sleep. So that's it. So you can see how parabolas are made use in this game in Minecraft. Okay, then in medicine, okay, so in medicine is very relevant today. So as of July or August, it's very relevant because we're dealing with a pandemic, and in fact the pandemic, the data or statistics that is being used by statisticians make use of the concepts of parabolas also, although this is a logistic curve. So we call this one as logistic curve. Okay, however, logistic curves are partly a parabola. Okay, partly a parabola because later on at the top of it, it becomes a plateau. Okay, then it goes downward. So that's why when you see the curve, they say it's a curve, the curve flattening the curve. So partly the datas are actually parabolic in shape. Okay, and many more. Okay, so there are many things that involves parabolas. And now it's your turn to answer. Can you name other situations or fields where parabolas are observed or used? Okay, or simply can you give an example in your everyday life where you see a parabola? So you may answer after this video.